So.
Alright, gentlemen, we are live.
Okay.
Well, hello everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
So we're about to begin the triple Fury race. I'm El Nacho. You might remember me from the Freedom Planet run. I'll be commentating the race. So here we have Angelym.
Hello.
We have Dircashede.
Hello.
And we have Platypus Funk. There will be our runners today, and I believe they're the top 3 in Speedrun.com. I'm not entirely sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
we
it.
are.
Hello, everyone.
So you're gonna be seeing some really fast stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, Nacho, I need to grab you
Actually.
the commentary link, so give me just a second. I totally forgot about that. That was my goof. It's a quick flash real quick, because I don't want to see you guys seeing my desktop audio. So, real quick fade, I'll grab that, and Nacho, and we're good.
Okay.
And I won't be hearing the audio for all the casting, so if there's anything going on with my stream, just tell me in the chat because I'll be reading that.
Okay. Sure.
Alright, so, Nacho, I'm throwing the link to you now. So you'll be able to watch these guys live. So there you go.
Alright. Okay, I got the link open. Loading the streams.
So that way it'll help you actually stay in time with what we're seeing on the stream itself, so. That worked out well for the race before, so we're going to do the same thing again.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay, I got the link open.
Alright, so now that you have that, let's go ahead and get started. Let's do some introductions. Let's get this thing started.
Let's do it.
Alright.
So as soon as we hit start, we'll all go to a different chat.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be doing the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so first off, comes the chain. He's kind of like the tutorial boss. He'll teach you like the basics of the combat. So what you want to do when it comes to speedrunning, you want to make sure the boss stays in the edge of the arenas. That way, during the there are two kinds of phases. There's the shooting phases and the close quarters combat, or CQC phases. So what you want to do is start the CQC phases when the boss is in the at the edge of the arena. That way you can charge up a hit so your character turns yellow, and that means it'll do like massive amounts of damage. So you can basically kill the CQC phase in 2 combos if you do it that way. So phase 1 and 2 are pretty much the same. They're same mechanics. You just want him in the order, so you can do the charge up. And one of the things in Fury is that when you parry, which basically is blocking an attack, you actually get healed. So if you get hit, you can actually block a boss's attacks to heal up. So in phase 3, he gets a little bit teleporty. He likes to teleport around. You can also reflect projectiles if you parry them. If you get at the right distance, you can actually deflect like all of his bullets, like the pink ones. And if you knock down the boss in the middle of the arena, that means you won't be able to get him to the border, and you can get the free charge hit. So what you want to do in that scenario is you make sure you start the phase by hitting him with your last attack in the combo, which is the attack that knocks them down. And one of the things in Fury is that most bosses have what we call a desperation phase. Basically, what it means is they become invincible and do a string of attacks. So in the case of the chain, he starts spawning a lot of projectiles on top of, and shockwaves that you have to dodge through. There's the yellow projectiles cannot be destroyed. You can deflect them, but not destroy them. But it doesn't really matter because you can just dash through anyway. And yeah, the chains phase is basically just that. Then when you hit him, when he's done, you can actually hit him. While he's shooting all of the projectiles, he's invincible. Once he's done, you can actually hit him and start the CQC phase, which is basically he's invincible again, and he'll do a bunch of like AoE attacks. You can just stand on the zone that is in red and should be good. And you want to be charged up because usually you just kill him instantly. This applies to pretty much all bosses. Okay, so I can see in my screen that Angelym and Platypus are done. Oh, wow, they're 1 second from each other. Angelym got a 238, Platypus got a 239, and I need to check my DMs for Dircashede, and Dircashede got a 244. Reason why I need to check the DMs is because, as you can see here, Dircashede's stream is very pixely, so I can't read.
And
So
I'm sorry, I want to go ahead and just interrupt and put this in really quick. Or you guys are wondering why we don't have a timer. This run is being done by IGT time, and what's great about Furi is actually has a speedrun timer. So what we're doing is we're going by that to know who the winner is. So in case you're wondering why there's no timer, that's why. Carry on.
Yes. So what they're doing is they just want to do the each boss fight at the same time. So that's why I can't count down because they're in a different chat room. So I'm just waiting for them to start the next boss fight. Okay, I'm just waiting for the loading screen here.
Oh, you just want to make sure it's like, we gotta kick him or something. We gotta reboot him. What's going on? It's all good.
Yeah, no,
I know
yeah,
that. Yeah, this is kind of. I mean, it is kind of confusing, but once we know what they're doing, it makes perfect sense. I mean, even trying to organize this was a little bit of a pain, but you know, it makes sense now. Totally makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Now that I can see loading screen, I can start speaking words again. So now they're fighting. They're gonna fight the strap. I like to call her the Pixar lamp. Anyway, what you wanted to do with this fight is you see that they step on a few tiles that light up. You can actually manipulate this boss to chase those lines, and also there's a pillar on top that you can actually that works the same way. She will always attack those. And the thing with the strap is that on her first phase, there's a. You know how I said you want them on the border every time? The strap is an exception on her first phase because she'll always like roar, so you have enough time to just charge up anyway. And a very important thing you need to do with this boss fight is make sure by the time you hit phase 5, you have to make sure you're at the top of the arena. And I'll explain why later. So you can see like all three of them are trying to keep her on the top of the arena at all times. On phase 3, she frees her arms and grabs a scythe that's in her thing. For whatever reason. I don't know why that's there. It's just there. Anyway. She'll start whacking you with that. And they're trying to stay below her. So when she runs away, she'll always go above, which is where they want her. Something I haven't talked about because it hasn't happened. If you parry, like frame perfect, you stun the boss. On shooting phases, it's not a problem because you can just shoot him. But on CQC, it's actually a problem because then you just play a long animation that doesn't do enough damage to be worth doing for speedrunning. And they're about to hit phase 5. They're doing the CQC phases. Okay, so at phase 5, she's completely free. and she'll start like crawling around. Now the reason you want her on top of the arena is because if she goes off screen, you have to wait a lot of time for her to appear. But if you have her if you're below her on top of the arena, you have enough time to just dash at her, and then you can just stonk block the boss, and you just pretty much skip a bunch of waiting by doing that. And then on the CQC phase, she'll always become invincible and jump at you. If she hits you, it plays like a cutscene thing, like an animation. So you don't want to get hit by that. And now her desperation phase. She'll jump and land at the top center of the arena. And what she's gonna do is she's gonna shoot a lot of projectiles. There's a safe spot. And by safe, I mean just standing one place and shoot, or do what or you can do what Angelym's doing and just deflect things over and over again. What I usually do is I just stand in a single spot and just shoot. You want to make sure you have a charged shot at the end, so you can. Oh wait, no, never mind. I forgot. There's like 2 parts on her first desperation phase. So now that she's done shooting projectiles, she'll shoot a giant laser. It's very easy to avoid. You can just dash from side to side. I think I don't remember the exact number. It's like 8 sweeps that she does. It's not too bad. And when she's done, you want to make sure you have like a slightly, not a fully charged shot, but just a very slightly charged shot, so you can just instantly down her. And then the second part of the desperation phase, which is the CQC one, you just have to move from left to right to avoid the laser. Then she'll do a shockwave, and you can just one-shot her if you have the charge hit ready. Okay, so I got at the end. Dircashede got a 357. Platypus got a 356. And Angelym got a 354. Can I wait for them to start the next boss? Okay, I got loading screens, so they're going to the line. Now this, in my opinion, is the first wall in the game. Like, in the sense of difficulty. Because you're used to just shooting the bosses. Problem is, if you spam your pistol at this boss, as you can see, every time they shoot one of those shields, it spawns a projectile. So naturally, when you're just going pew 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 pew, when you're first starting the game, you just get overwhelmed instantly, like I did. What they want to do is they want to clear a path so they can hit the guy in the middle. It doesn't have to be charged or anything. A single shot kills him, and that's phase 1. So phase 1 is just clearing a path from those shields to hit him once. Phase 2, he'll start spawning projectiles that surround you. You can just deflect them, no problem. And then he'll spawn a pillar in the middle. You just have to shoot that pillar until it turns red. Every time you shoot it, those yellow lines appear. This boss is mainly he gives what you give him. Like, he returns what you shoot. So in the case of phase 2, it spawns those things. Now, after you're done beating the pillar, it spawns a lot of projectiles, and you can just destroy them. And when he'll disappear and try to hit you, you have to parry to start actually fighting him. When you parry him, he stops time. So all the projectiles, you can see that they're not moving. And if you shoot, your bullets stay still, and you can run into them and be damaged by them. Same rules as the other boss apply. You want him the border of the screen to maximize damage. Phase 3 is basically the same as phase 2. He starts with the ring of projectiles, and then he'll spawn the pillar in the middle. Now this one works differently. It spawns shockwaves instead of those yellow lines. In my opinion, phase 3 is way easier than 2, mainly because you get a lot more free space to move around, and avoiding the line of projectiles are very easy. And he does the same as the phase 2, where he spawns a lot of projectiles at the end. Instead of they are now orange, they're bigger and do more damage. And same thing as before, you want him on the border of the screen. And what you want to do is finish your combo with a slightly charged hit, instead of the full end of the combo, otherwise you'll knock him down and waste time. And his desperation phase. First, he'll just he's invincible during this whole time. He'll spawn a lot of bullets at you, and he'll just throw them at you, so you can just move around the arena and avoid them. And after a few seconds of bullets, he'll add shockwaves on top of that. You have to dodge through it. And after he's done with that, he'll spawn 8 pillars. Every time you shoot these, it'll spawn a few blue pellets. And on top of that, he's spawning orange pellets on top of everything. So, as you can see, the arena just gets covered in projectiles. It's not too much of a problem because they don't do a lot of damage. At least the blue ones don't. You can see they're getting hit a lot, but they're not losing too much health. After they're done, they have to destroy all 8 of them. And once they're done, the line will disappear. And then he'll teleport at you. And you just have to parry the attack and hit him once and you win. Okay, Angelym got a 342. Dircashede got a 347. And I'm still waiting on Platypus to finish on my screen. He got a 354. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for the next boss, which is going to be the scale. So the thing about Furi is that a lot of its of the story is implied. So, for example, the scale says that Ryder, which is the character you play as, Ryder corrupted him, and that's why he's all toxic and stuff. And those green projectiles, if they hit you, it makes the screen go all wobbly. And, same as before, you want him on the border of the screen for maximum damage. Phase 2, he'll start shooting projectiles, proper projectiles at you. The way those projectiles work is they move for a meter, and then they detonate into more bullets. So what you want to do is stand in front of him and just deflect that and keep shooting at him. If you deflect and shoot at the same time, you're killing him in no time. What you want to do is avoid those first 2 AoE attacks. If you hit too early, he can just dodge and cancel your combo, which can be annoying. Phase 3, he doesn't shoot projectiles. He goes underwater and starts hitting you. And after that, what he'll do is he'll start doing shockwaves. And the way he does a shockwave, goes under the water, appears again, and throws a bit more to dodge. So phase 4. Same as phase 2, he'll shoot a projectile that detonates into more bullets, so you just stand in front of him and deflect. Now the thing about this boss is if you take too long to kill him, he can do a QTE, and the way QTEs work in this game is a cutscene plays, and you have to, if you're playing with a controller, you have to shake both joysticks. Problem with these is that they waste time, because they're cutscenes, and the timer keeps running while those play, so... On phase 5, he'll spawn roaming projectiles. There's no need to worry about those, you can just shoot him and hit him. You want to make sure to kill him quickly so he doesn't play the QTE. And now his desperation phase. So what he does here is he'll spawn a set of projectiles with trails. So what you want to do is destroy them or deflect them. You can see Angelym destroyed one of them and deflected the other one. If he didn't do it, the entire arena will have a circular line like 2 lines. And here you see how he stood in the middle to stop the middle bullet from continuing. And now he's trying to be in the middle left to do the same. So now you can see he has a lot of moving space. That's important because he starts throwing a bunch of shockwaves at you. And if you don't destroy any of the projectiles, you'll have way less like movement room. So it's good to stop them. Now what you want to do at the end, you just shoot him once. And then you hit him once, and that's the boss. So Angelym got a 309. Dircashede got a 323. And Platypus got a 329. So I'm just gonna wait for the next boss. Okay, so coming up next, I believe it's the hand. I think it's the hand. I hope I'm not wrong. Okay, yeah, it is the hand. So this guy is annoying. You can't freely shoot him because he'll deflect he'll like put up his shield and deflect bullets at you. Kind of like how the line spawns projectiles at you. What you want to do is take his health down as fast as possible by shooting him between attacks. And then on the first phase, he always gives you enough time to charge up. And there's a QTE where sometimes if you hit him, the QTE will play. I don't know if this is random or there's a science to it. It just sometimes happens and sometimes it doesn't. So as you can see here, they're waiting for him to start doing like long attacks, like when he spawns the shockwaves. That's where you have like all the time you need to shoot him. And on phase 2, they want him on the board to do the whole charge up thing. Phase 3, he'll stand still and be invincible, and you just have to run around to not get hit by the green area. And then after a few spins, he stops and you can just shoot him. On phase 3, he also gets like more attacks when he does the shockwaves. So he can either do 4 vertical ones or 2 horizontal ones. You want the vertical ones because that takes him longer. You have more time to shoot him. On phase 4, he abandons the shield, so he can't deflect anymore. But he also has more health, so of course he does. And there's a bug in the game where sometimes he just stands still and, you know, he just takes it. And 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 then he dies. I'm not entirely sure how that works. They have explained to me several times. I just cannot understand it. What you also wanted to do is, in this boss, getting the stuns is actually good. If you land a fully charged hit on someone, you stun them, and you can do the animation. For this boss, it's actually good because the animation actually does a lot of damage. So on phase 5, he just basically makes the arena smaller by putting that outer ring of I don't know, like acid or something. If you stand on that, you get hit. So just as before, you can just shoot him. And when he does the laser, you don't need to dodge or anything, you can just sidestep it. And on his final, his desperation phase, when he's in CQC, you can either just block everything or dodge. You want to make sure you don't get hit, so you can get a charge hit on him. And at the end of the sword, he will do a shockwave, and then if you're charged up, you can just hit him once. Okay, so Angelym got a 307. I'm waiting for the other two to finish. Okay. Dircashede got a 323. And Platypus got a 327. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for the next loading screen. Okay, coming up next is the song. This is the first boss where... No, actually, yeah, this is the first boss where... Yeah, no, wait, what am I saying? This is not the first boss where CQC are, like, skipped altogether. Like, this boss doesn't have... The first two phases don't have CQC, it just goes to the next phase. Kinda like how the line's first phase. So what you're gonna do is just take her blue health all the way down and you just start the next phase. When she flies to the edge of the screen and flies at you, it's a guaranteed stun if you parry it. It doesn't have to be frame perfect. You can cancel. She sometimes shoots like a few purple bullets. You can cancel that by shooting at her with a charged shot. Because what you want her to do is do the laser so you get more time. And you can also stun her when she's doing the laser sweep while she's flying. You can't parry that because if you try, you just get hit. So it's not recommended to parry it. And now she'll spawn a lot of orange projectiles and then shockwaves. You can just keep landing charge shots on her and she just dies. Okay, so if you kill her, funny thing is, if you kill her at the other on the edge of the screen, you just start floating while you wait for the next set of like platforms to appear. I always find that amusing. So this is where CQC phases start happening again. So what they're trying to keep her on the edge of the screen as usual. This boss has one of my like favorite boss fights themes. It's a really good song. Okay, so phase 5 is very similar to phase 4. She'll like shoot up in the air, and then you'll see like purple, like not purple, light blue circles on the arena, and then lightning bolts drop down. And as usual, border, charge hit, question mark, profit. And once you're done with that, her desperation starts. And here, you have to destroy 4 pillars. Every time you destroy a pillar, the wave gets a bit harder. So first it's just like blue projectiles. When you destroy the first one, yellow lasers appear that start sweeping around the arena. After that, when you destroy the second one, you add red shockwaves on top of that. And when you destroy the third one, lightning bolts start dropping. What they're trying to do is they're trying to be as close to the middle as they can. Because if you're fast enough, you can actually skip a cutscene and just kill her instantly. Like Platypus just did. I can see Dircashede is doing has the animation on him, and Angelym too. Platypus full on skipped it because he was fast enough. He got a 243. Angelym got he got a 255, and Dircashede got a 250. So yeah, the timing to skip that cutscene is very short. That's why they want to be as close to the middle as possible. Yeah, I'm waiting for the next one. Coming up next is the burst. Um, the way she works is what they're gonna do is they're gonna run up because the burst on the full game she always spawns on top. So what they're trying to do is they want to get to the top as soon as possible. So that way it'll force her to be either left or right. And what they want to do is they want her to shoot one of the covers. That way, because if you shoot her before she shoots, she just goes to another platform. And as usual, they don't need to keep her on the border of the screen because it's all blue health for the first 3 phases. And when that phase ends, she'll disappear, spawn a lot of robots that you have to kill, and then she go to a different spot. You see them sometimes stopping and parrying. Every time you parry, Ryder will look at the boss. That way you can quickly locate her. And same as before, you let her shoot, and then you shoot back. The way the sniper works is a reticle appears on your character, and it's getting smaller and smaller. When it closes completely, she shoots you. Or if you go behind cover, she'll shoot instantly. But if you let her hit you, the sniper is an instant kill. So after phase 2, same as before, she'll go invisible, you destroy robots and go to the next spot. Now the way the third phase works, it's the same. You let her shoot, but instead of starting the fight, she will always run to the middle one. No one said they have to play fair, but she instantly plays fair because, man, I don't know, it's not my job to kill this guy. So she'll shoot 5 times, and then you're allowed to hit her. Now, a good thing you can do is when she's gonna snipe you, you can just stand in front of her, and right before the thing goes off, you just go behind cover. That way you can maximize your damage. And from this point onward, it's both shooting phases and CQC phases. So you want to make sure you're on the border of the screen for the reasons I've stated on each boss. You just want the boss on the border. Oh, okay. I just noticed Platypus died. If you die, the phase starts from the beginning. So since he died in phase 3, he has to find her again and shoot her, and then go back to the middle. That's gonna cost him a lot of time. That has got to be very frustrating. Where was I? Oh, okay. So there are the phase 5. The way her CQC works is she has 3 sets of attacks. She either hits you once, twice, or 4 times. It's always a pattern. Which amount of attacks she starts with is always random, but after that it's a pattern. So she hit you once, then twice, and then 4 times. Rinse and repeat. So her desperation phase. She'll start spawning a lot of shockwaves. Yellow shockwaves and blue shockwaves going from different areas, and he's just protected by the pink one. She's invincible anyway, so she's just limiting your movement space. And every so often she'll spawn cover because she's gonna snipe you. So you have to get behind cover while all of this is happening. So as you can see, they're getting shockwaves from left, right, and front. And after that, you just shoot her, and you have enough time to charge up. Completely invisible, but the same rules apply: 1 hit, 2 hits, or 4 hits. Okay, I can see that Angelym is done. He got 403. I got the DM. Dircashede got a 414, and his total time right now is 24:20. And I'm waiting for Platypus to finish. As you can see, dying in this game, it's not a viable thing to do in a speedrun. Especially if you die late in a wave, and you just die. So you have to start all over again. So I'm just gonna. So right now, Angelym has a 23:32 total time. Dircashede has a 24:20. I'm still waiting for Platypus. Okay, he's almost done. There we go. So he got a 541. That one death cost him like a full minute. It is this game is that brutal. So I'm just gonna wait for the next loading screen. Platypus has a 25:51. That one death, I think, may have cost him the run, basically. Okay, next boss, it's the Edge, the shortest boss in the game, but also one of the most brutal ones. He's the biggest wall for casual players because he does a lot of damage, gives you no time to, and gives you almost no time to react. So you want to hope you can get a charge hit. If you get a charge hit on each phase, you just instantly kill him. So you have to hope that he gives you enough time to get to charge up and just hit it once. So you can see all of them are already done with the first half of the boss fight. He ditches the sword and grabs an ore, which of course means he's stronger now. So what you want to do is, if he tries to do an attack that's basically like he throws like a firewall at you, that gives you enough time to charge up, and you can just hit him once. And then on his last phase, he just starts attacking a lot. You can hit him in between each hit. The timing is fairly strict, so you have to be careful. And also, those firewalls I mentioned, they do half your health, so you have to be very cool. This is why this boss is hard. He does a lot of damage. Okay, Dircashede got 56 seconds. Platypus got 55 seconds. And Platypus almost died, Jesus Christ. He got 1 minute and 11 seconds. Yeah, as you can see, this boss is very quick, but very brutal. If you're not paying attention, he's gonna destroy you. And he will destroy you. Okay, I'm waiting for the next loading screen. Okay, next boss. Now they're fighting the Beat. The way she works is she doesn't really fight you. She runs away from you. So all three phases are running phases. So first, she always has turrets. The first phase, the turrets shoot undestroyable projectiles that you can just dash through. And once she's in the middle of the circular arena, you can just shoot her. And what you're going to do in phase 1 is just land fully charged hits over and over again, and she should die quickly. Phase 2, the turrets will shoot scatter projectiles. So as usual, you just want to avoid them. They have a lot of knockback, so if they hit you, they can easily knock you off the platforms. And once you make it to the end, once again you just shoot her. On phase 2, she'll spawn a lot of shockwaves. And phase 3, the turrets will shoot like sweeping lasers. They sweep throughout the whole arena, so you have to dash through them. There's no way around them. Okay, now a cutscene. Once they reach a certain point, a cutscene plays. It's a fairly long cutscene, and you can't skip it. Basically, what she tried to do is kill you with a giant laser. And then at this point, you already won. In this CQC phase, it's actually impossible to lose. She can hit you all she wants, she does 0 damage. It's actually impossible to lose. Dircashede got a 155. Angelym got a 154. And Platypus got a 159. We're almost done with this run. Coming up next is the final boss. Okay, I'm seeing loading screens. So this, as I said before, this is the final boss they're about to fight. This is the start. She's like... Oh, like the... So the whole story of this game is that Ryder is like a drone. His mission is to assimilate planets. And the star is like their leader. Or like the mothership. But on the story mode, you have a choice. You can either assimilate the planet and get the bad ending, or you can fight the star and get the good ending. On the speedrun mode, you have no choice. You have to get the good ending. So you have to fight the star. So on phase 1, what you want to do is hit all 4 hands at once to do maximum damage. As you can see, Ryder looks different. There's no CQC phases whatsoever. It's all shooting now. So what you're gonna do is just lower her health to 0 each time by shooting on the first. You have to shoot the hands every phase. So phase 3, she'll start shooting a lot of projectiles at you. The little robots that fly around, they don't do anything anymore. They just hang around. So what you want to do is stand in a safe spot. There's a few safe spots in the arena. You can just stand still and just land shots. And after both hands are down, the next phase begins. And now on phase 4, there's a little trick you can do. If you point blank the hands with the laser, it does damage per frame, so you instantly kill the hand. And now phase 5. It's basically survive for 2 minutes. And it's divided in, I think, 4 parts. So the first one, she'll spawn 3 lines of blue projectiles that they move from side to side. And on top of that, she'll spawn a bunch of scatter projectiles. They're not hard to avoid. In fact, you can just stand still. But after a few seconds, she'll spawn purple projectiles. These actually follow you. They're not hard to avoid, but you can just destroy them anyway. After a while, she just gets bored of using those projectiles and then goes to the next section. Now what she's gonna do is she'll start shooting projectiles directly at you, and at the same time spawning red shockwaves. After a few shots, she gets mad and shoots faster. And then she gets bored of the red ones and spawn green shockwaves. Now, the next thing she does is she'll start shooting a laser from side to side. If you pay close attention, you can see the laser gets progressively thicker. It's very hard to notice when you're playing the game because you're not paying attention to that. But yeah, it gets thicker every time she sweeps. Which obviously means the hitbox is bigger. And when she's bored using throwing the laser, she goes to shoot a bunch of projectiles again. And this time, you can just shoot them and make a path for yourself. And after throwing projectiles for a while, she'll start throwing shockwaves on top of everything else. And once she's done with that, you can just shoot her and you win the game. After a while, her head will start flashing, and that's when you're allowed to shoot her. And there we go. Dircashede got a 4:18. His final time 31:30. I'm just waiting for the other two to finish on my screen. Okay, Platypus got a 4:25. His final time 33:28. And Angelym got a 4:31. His final time 30:54.
Hey there.
Hey.
Hello.
So,
And we're back.
how was it?
Well, I had fun watching it
Yeah.
and speaking words.
Oh, great. You did that well.
Let's just not talk about all those. Every single fight I did pretty bad.
Yeah, you should have seen that I'm not a safe player.
Yeah, you almost died to the edge on his last phase.
Yeah.
I almost did that.
Almost.
I almost died
it was because of,
practicing this morning.
it was because of the stress post burst, so it was normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I tried very hard to get a new PS4 world record that fell short.
Making us
Yeah.
look bad.
All right, so if I remember correctly, both the Flame and Bernard incentive got met.
Yep.
So
Yes, that's right.
If I understand, the top 2 times will fight the Flame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna be intense. Angelym just broke my record in this fight yesterday.
Oh no!
Yeah. So I don't know. Should I join the commentary or I stay quiet during the Flame and Bernard?
You should talk, I think.
Totally up to you.
Yeah, you can help me out because the Flame, everything happens at once with this guy.
Yeah, I have some historical things about the guy, the place he has, and the scenario. But well, yeah, for the pattern and else, I'm not so great too. Yeah, let's do it.
Alright.
Okay, Dirk, should we make another call?
No, we can stay on this one, I think.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna speak. I'm just gonna take the other headset, so let's do the
Alright.
countdown. Here, just let me go back on my PS4.
You'll now get to hear my loud angriness when things go wrong.
I am angry.
Wait, can Angelym still hear me? We need to do a countdown.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you both ready?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna start the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I have here some notes that Dircashede gave me because I don't know how to speak about this guy because everything happens at once.
And we always
Yeah,
mess
sure.
up.
It's mess up. Yes, just to talk about maybe about the story of the game, this boss take place after the beat, the ninth boss, and the start. And in the story, you are kind of reaching Earth or free land, I would say. After beating the beat, take your orange armor you have against the star, and you go to the sky and beat the star. So just before taking the your armor to fly to the moon, you have the flame taking place in the thing, and the boss was added before on Xbox because it was
It used to
a
be an Xbox
demand.
exclusive.
Yeah, it was a demand from the Xbox guys to have it exclusively in the first time, but of course, like months after, they released the DLC on PS4 and PC. So yeah, we are fighting angry at us because still in the story, Ryder is a prisoner and he was captured by the humans and the Guardians after he attacked the Earth, or let's say the free planets, and the Flame was part of the guys who beat him. Actually, there were kind of 100 people against Ryder alone, and the Hand, the fifth boss, was also part of the game, I would say, and he was the one who captured you. But the Flame was here too, and he was completely beaten by Ryder.
From a story standpoint, the Flame fought Ryder and almost died. So
coming to his angry moment.
On my screen. the angry moment. I'm ready for it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
dude, that's it. When you get so pissed off at someone, you have to rip your own arm and beat the shit out of him with it.
That's exactly that. That's the story point on the coming. So,
yeah, when you reach phase 4, he gets so mad at you, he just rips off one of his own arms and tries to kill you with it. Very funny.
Yeah, yeah. He is more powerful now.
Yeah, he's more powerful, obviously.
Yeah, sure. The arm is more.
You know, video game rules. The more you gimp yourself, the stronger you are.
Yeah, that's it. That's the idea. And so we have Dircashede, who's really before Angelym, having maybe some issues. Oh, but that's okay. So we enter the P4 for Dircashede. And Angelym is also starting the P4, while Dircashede is finishing it. Oh, guys.
So yeah, on phase 4, he has an attack that it's unavoidable. You can either get hit by it and get a slow cutscene, or block it, and if you block it, it's a guaranteed stun.
Yeah. Sure. And here you have probably see that the arena is smaller, but when we get to CQC phases, the large bigger part come again, and the strategy for us is to reach the edge of the arena for the boss to move or to TP. It's kind of trolling if you stay on the small arena at the beginning of the CQC.
Yeah. So on his last phase, he'd start shooting a lot of like lasers and shockwaves and bullets at you, and on top of that, he has like shields protecting him at all times.
Yeah.
So you have to constantly find like holes to shoot him through.
Yeah, and there is.
And I believe after that, you just hit him once. You don't even need a charge hit, and you just hit him once and you win. He'll start doing like his whole "I'm angry and I'm gonna hit you a bunch of times," but you just hit him once. That's after that, and you win.
Yeah.
Just
So we have
fucking like,
Dircashede.
no, stop.
And the
You're
second
dead.
face of the bullet L, the CQC face of the bullet L of the flame, which is just evade parrying, dodging and parrying.
Okay,
To do
Dircashede
the
is
sequence.
done. He got a 453, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, on my screen, Angelym already hit. He's already 5 minutes in. So
This is actually like my second best time on this boss.
Great. GG.
nice.
Okay, I'm just looking at the right multi-twitch thing.
Oh boy, that means you get to fight the untextured boy.
Yep. This is what I was saying to Angelym yesterday. Like, I bet whoever wins the race won't win the flame.
Oh yeah, 40. That's impressive.
Well.
So yeah.
Oh well.
Oh, dead.
Oh.
Angelym is dead.
Oh.
Once? Yeah, once.
Is he going to continue?
Hmm?
Is he going to continue?
Yes, he's still fighting him.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still fighting him.
Yeah, prepare Bernard and... yeah, I think.
Well, I've got this. Yeah. I guess you could change the audio to my screen. If that's easy to do.
Oh, yeah, because I'm no more streamed, so... Whoa, that will be...
Angelym just died again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh boy. Oh dear. What's going on? Whoa. That was all his
Angelym
energy
just died again.
in the run. Yeah.
It's so easy to die in that last
Oh
phase.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's right. Actually. What's going on? If you are
As I
just
said
all his
before, with this guy,
energy
everything
in the
happens at
run.
once.
Yeah.
And they all do 2 pieces of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And then his
actually.
last attack does 3 damage.
If you are
As I said before, with this guy, everything happens at once. Yeah, and there's no chance of recovering it. So.
And what concerning Bernard and the things happens in the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
there's
what
no chance of recovering it. So.
And what concerning Bernard and the things happens in the same time. Do it, Angelym.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
Oh yeah. I have a big delay because
I had a setup problem. I had to pause at the beginning.
7
do
minutes.
it. Yeah. Do it, Angelym.
Yeah, that was
That
embarrassing.
was brutal.
And I just
Oh,
put
yeah.
the chat thinking it would be okay, but I didn't see. I
I have a big delay because
killed. I had a setup problem. I had to
Yeah.
You
pause
got
at the
greedy.
beginning. I'm
7
sorry.
minutes.
Yeah.
I got greedy.
I saw
And
that.
then
That was
at
brutal.
the
That's
end I
like
just
the one
watched the
time
chat
I got a
thinking it
faster
would
time
be
than
okay, but I
Angelym
didn't
overall my
see.
time's
I
faster. I think if you had
only
all
needed
11
one
bosses.
hit to get killed. So
Yeah.
You got greedy. So.
I got
Okay, so now that
greedy.
they're done with the flame, Dircashede, since he won the flame fight, he gets to fight Bernard. So I will count you down. So 3, 2, 1, go.
And no 10-second waiting.
It seems so.
Good
Just
luck,
go.
bro.
Okay, so now that they're done with the flame, Dircashede, since he won the flame fight, the reason why he would wait 10 seconds, so I will count you down. So
after
3,
the other guys
2,
start
1, go. The loading screen is because since he's on PC, he loads faster.
Good
just
luck,
go.
bro.
Or I don't know, he just loads faster. So.
So, okay, maybe.
Oh yeah,
I'll
this
give
was
you-
explained. The reason why he would wait
Bernard,
10 seconds
he's the boss rush.
after the other
He's
guys
able
would
to.
start. So each phase is basically a supercharged version of each boss. So on phase 1, he's basically fighting a supercharged chain,
Yeah, exactly.
and the same rules to the other boss apply. The other bosses apply. You want him on the border so you can get the free charge hit. Okay, so now he's done with phase 1. Phase 2 comes in, and now he's the strap. He'll shoot 2 lasers instead of just 1 like the strap does. and his laser is way faster when he shoots it like at you. You have to pay a lot of you have to pay attention.
Yeah, and the second laser he did is really more precise. Actually, you can't just evade by.
Yeah, it
dodging.
snipes you. You have to actually
Yeah,
time it.
Really snipes you.
You have to actually time it because if you dodge too early, he'll snipe you.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
so coming up next, it's the line. This is a very like what's it called? I forgot
Awful.
the word. Awful, yeah. He teleports way too much. He has way too much health, and he's just basically a dick the entire time.
Yeah, and his super pattern is completely.
Yeah, it's a pain and
One.
it's really hard to avoid because you have to deal him a lot of damage quickly, which is kind of hard to do.
Yeah,
Because
how
he's
do I do
teleporting
damage
all the
quickly with
time.
something that
Good
refuses to get hit?
He has
Just
good
let me
strats
hit
by
you!
parrying all the bullets on the side of the Bernard. That's great.
They teleported on the border so you can get the free hit.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't give you a lot of time to react.
Yeah.
I remember now he's fighting a supercharged version of the scale. He works similarly to the scale. If he shoots you, your screen gets wobbly. But you can also just get up in his face and deflect the thing back at him. I remember the first time I fought this boss and I was just screaming, "What is going on?" the entire time as he was just turning me into paste.
I don't know how I did that CQC the way I did. I've really fluked that.
That was nice.
Great. That's good.
Okay, so coming up
the
next
Doom
is
pattern.
Supercharged Hand. He's actually the hand. You have to be careful. If you shoot him too much, he'll deflect at you. And unlike the hand, he gives you no time to react. He just instantly shoots it back at you. And he likes the shockwaves.
Just gave me an undodgeable attack.
Oh my god, yeah, that attack is such a pain in the ass to avoid.
Yeah, I just have a lot of delay.
And then you got him in a spot where you actually cannot avoid a hit.
Yeah.
That's always fun. Okay, so now he's a supercharged song.
Yeah, and also for the small story of Bernard, it was the all the developers used to test their pattern, test everything, and actually he wasn't beatable at the first time.
Yeah, they really went all out on making this good. Oh my god, he's low health.
Yeah.
This is stressful to watch. Just one health and all of this happening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this boss fight is nerve-wracking.
That was short.
I'm taking that. Oh shit! I hate
Genuine
that so
fear.
much. I'm so sorry for this winter.
Well, at least we all died once.
Oh yeah.
Well, I didn't
Everyone
die
Yeah,
twice, but
that's legit.
yeah,
Each one in each part of the
that makes
race.
sense.
I think it's Dircashede first. Kind of stressful.
Yeah, this. He's scary. He takes no prisoners. He just turns you into paste.
There. I always get hit by that.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, so right now he's
sh-
fighting as Supercharged Burst. That's
know
how
what's
he died
coming.
again.
No, not that worse. Probably.
Oh yeah. Maybe the longest super pattern of the fight.
Yeah. And
It's
how
my
to
fault entirely.
it's by not and skip this by not shooting to her to him or
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
shoot him when he's running away.
Mm,
Except I always can't resist. Gotta go fast, you know?
yeah, sure.
Once again, he's... I hate.
Okay, so once he's done with the burst phase, it's actually a combination. Because as you might remember, the beat doesn't have any CQC and the edge doesn't have any shooting. So what they did is on his what's the phase, like 8? Like his 8th phase, he's both the beat and the edge. So the first the shooting phase is basically the beat. So you just gotta shoot him. And once you're done shooting him, he'll turn into the edge and turn you into paste.
Yeah, he's very mean with his timing as well.
You know, at least the charge hit
great.
takes like 75% of his health, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so the final phase, he'll throw everything at you. It's just like the start, it's 2 minutes of survival.
Let's see if we can go without getting hit. Probably not.
Yeah, he's doing well. It's a great fight.
Oh, shit!
Oh.
No, it just means I got hit once. Runs over, restart.
Runs over, reset. Yeah, you're pretty much game over right there, and you're better off restarting now. Like restart the whole thing, like the entire run. Like not Bernard, the whole thing.
But let's just go story mode.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to Promenade, actually.
That's actually quite funny to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saved
it's
it back because I've
something-
literally never done it.
something you have
I've never played Promenade either.
I did it once
Yeah, try it for
a couple of
fun.
months ago, just for fun,
I should-
just to see what it was about. Well, it's
Do it
only
just-
about walking, really.
I need
Yeah.
to do it just so I
the
can
name
get all
makes
the,
sense.
need to get all the meme world records on speedrun.com.
Yeah. The promenade mode is the
It's basically
sort of
easy mode.
difficulty and yeah.
It's basically easy mode, and I believe you fight less bosses, and they have less health or less
So
faces.
check out my
No,
moonwalk coming up.
it's not. Yeah, it's not less bosses. You fight all the bosses, but yeah, they have less
Less
Yeah,
health and
less
you have more.
bases. Yeah, that's kind of.
And that was Bernard. It was 9:46. No, 48.
48.
No,
Congrats, dude.
currently have the world record because Angelym hasn't done it on PC in a while.
And that was Furi.
Alright, great job, guys. I went ahead and just left the overlay up so you can give everyone a follow here. Nacho, great commentary again, and again, congratulations to all the runners. You guys did a great job. Great to see Fury
Gonna have
back
to
in
watch this
speedrun.
back.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
you for the organization.
Thanks for letting us be a part of this.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
thank
you're very welcome. Alright, so really quickly we're going to take a quick intermission because we're going to get ready for our next run, which is going to be Super Hot VR with Bean, which I know a lot of you guys are waiting for this one since it's our first VR marathon run, so we'll get that going here momentarily.
Okay, great. See you guys. Have a nice end of events, and hope it was entertaining.
Yes.